Hey, what's up, guys? It's April 7th, and I have returned to Shackleford Banks. I realized that I just did a video here probably about a month ago, but what that video didn't really illustrate was how uncomfortable that trip was for me. It was a great experience, but I was ill prepared, and I took for granted how exposed I would be on the dunes. So I've gotten my equipment more organized, and I've come back here with a little bit more understanding of the situation. And I'm gonna give it another go. I was gonna go to Hammocks Beach State Park just for a change, but their facilities are still closed right now. I guess they had a lot of damage from Hurricane Florence last year. Something I also hadn't considered last time I was here. Being in Pittsburgh, I didn't really think about the recent hurricane. So, anyways, I'm back, and I'm really looking forward to it. Blue skies, beautiful weather. It's kind of the way North Carolina's been so far for me. So I'm going to approach the island a little differently than I had last time. Last time I just kind of looked off in the distance and paddled towards a break in what I thought was trees, and figured I would walk across and find a campsite. Today, though, I'm going to just paddle straight across the sound to the island, find some trees on the sound side, make camp, and then explore the island on foot. Carting my gear around was not only a pain, but it was also very time consuming, so we'll see how this goes. No matter how you cut it, though, it's a day and an evening at the beach, and can't really complain about that, now can you? So it looks like my idea has paid off. Found what appears to be a pretty decent spot to hang a hammock on the sound side here. It's getting mighty shallow. Probably have to get out shortly and walk it the rest of the way. Let's see. Thinking one of those trees over yonder would be a good spot. So I was able to find this really great spot. Got some shade here right between the sound and this little pond back here. Has some white birds with these hooked bills. I'm no good with birds, so I have no idea what they are. But I'll be able to hang my hammock between this tree and that tree. Great view. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. finished setting up the hammock, put the tarp over it, and threw some stuff in the hammock, covered it up, so that my stuff isn't on display. I don't really care to advertise my belongings to people. But I brought a hydration pack with me, Camelback. Figure I'd take a walk across the island, go check out the ocean. You can see how much the water has dropped in the hour or so that I've been here. There's probably 15 or 20 yards of beach that wasn't there even an hour ago. I took a bit of a walk out onto the newly exposed sand and came across a turtle and a snail. I've not seen those snails before. I've seen their shells, just not the snail in the shell. And this is the first time I've seen a turtle. This one was dead. But you could see its little tracks. I wasn't able to find the nest or anything, but rest assured, if it was alive, I'd have let it be. So, yeah, I'm gonna pack up my stuff, take a bit of a hike, enjoy this beautiful weather. I've had a great walk so far, just exploring the interior of the island. I mean, it's a bunch of this, which isn't exactly an easy walk, but it is beautiful. I still have my shoes on here because there's these little cacti that are hard to see, but you know when you step on them. I learned that last time I was here. So, got my shoes on. Sand's making for a good workout today. This place really has like a unspoiled beauty about it. There's no cars, no boardwalk, none of that. There are people around, which it's a beautiful Sunday, got to expect that, but not that many. But I imagine days like this are few and far between anymore with the nice weather coming around. This is just unreal. Decided to pull out my camp chair and just kind of relax, listen to the waves. I brought a snack with me, some trail mix just to munch on. There's not too many people on this beach. I think I've seen one or two. One of them is walking towards me right now. But the bay side, the sound side is pretty packed. There's like 6 or 7 boats posted up, so I don't think you can be able to have the beach to yourself for much longer. So I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. Came across these two on my way back. Just leaving the ocean for now. Gonna walk that way and hopefully find camp. Fingers are crossed that it hasn't been pillaged. So I got back to camp. Everything was exactly as I had left it, which is great. most of the people have left for the evening. There's like 2 boats down the beach here. So, back to having it to myself, which is perfect. I brought some extra luxury gear this trip, just because it's, well, I brought this table. It's an REI Flexlight table, and I don't really bring it with me all that often because I don't need it. But I brought it today just to keep things off the ground. There's no escaping the sand. It gets everywhere. It gets on equipment, can get in food. So I brought it, and it's a nice table. It's a nice little thing to have. Packs up real small. It's super light. You can cook on it, set hot stuff on it. I also brought some hydro flasks. These things are great. They will keep ice for days. This thing is still full, and just because I don't have anywhere to filter water from. But it's nice to have ice. So I'm just going to relax for a little bit. There's a bunch of dead wood around that I can cut up, which I will, so that I can have a fire tonight and tomorrow morning. But for right now, I'm just going to kick back and relax and enjoy this. So behind me is the now dryish bed of the pond that's behind the camp that I set up, and I came over here to scope out, just find some dry wood and stuff, and there is a ton of horseshoe crab shells, and I took a little walk around to see if I could find a living one, but it's really soggy, and I was sinking in. So, but aside from the horseshoe crabs, there's a ton of tiny little sand crabs running around. It's kind of neat. But I did find some wood, and I think I am gonna start processing it now. I've spent most of the evening just kind of zoned out, watching the tide come in. It's really, really beautiful. The only thing I hear is the waves in the distance and the birds. But the no-see-ums are starting to come out. And I knew that was going to be a thing, hanging the hammock close to the water there, close to that pond. So I've sprayed myself down with bug spray, and they don't seem to be bothering me too much, but they're there. But it's time for dinner, so I think I'm gonna get a little fire going and cook up a mess. So for dinner tonight, I decided I wanted to do something different. So I'm gonna do like a one-pot boil. I have some sausage and shrimp, some sweet corn and potatoes. I'm just gonna pour them all into a couple layers of aluminum foil. It's a lot of food. Didn't expect it to be this much. So, all into aluminum foil. Don't set that on the sand, Eric. And of course, pour some water in there. Now, this one has a hole in the bottom of it, but that should be alright if we get this one wrapped up. And toss that guy right on the fire. We'll give that about 15-20 minutes. Until then, just enjoy the evening. So all I do for this is listen to it when it's on the fire. I might check into it a couple times, see if there's still water in the bottom of the foil. If it dries up too early, I'll add a little bit extra water. And I just pretty much leave it alone for the most part. 15-20 minutes on the fire, everything seems done. So I did bring some spices with me. I always bring salt and pepper. Almost always bring Monterey steak whenever I'm having steak. But tonight I brought like a Cajun sauce that I'll just put on there. I got these great bottles at REI. I'm pretty sure they're machine washable. They're made by Nalgene, 60 ml bottles. But I'll put like olive oil in them sometimes. Sometimes I'll bring like Red Hot, or today I brought some Cajun. So I'm gonna dig in. It's pretty hot next to this fire, but it's keeping the bugs away for the most part. I'm gonna dig in and listen to some jams. Just winding down for the night. Making some hot chocolate. I used to do this thing, well, I still do it almost every time I go to the ocean. Once the sun goes down, I like to walk up and down the beach and look for ghost crabs. Found some small ones and some small fiddler crabs, but not the big ones. But they'll be out. Maybe not tonight, but they'll surely be out. So I'm gonna drink my hot chocolate, let this guy die down completely, crawl into bed. Hope you guys are having a nice night, and I'll catch you in the morning. Morning. I've been up for probably about half an hour now. Slept really, really good last night. It was perfect temperature, had a nice breeze coming through. No noise except for birds, and I can hear the ocean in the distance. But it's a nice calm morning on the water. I just kind of posted up and then started enjoying my coffee here. So start getting packed up around camp. I was particularly messy last night, running around and just having a good time. So I got stuff everywhere and camera gear and all that stuff. So it'll take me a little bit to get packed up, but I'm in no hurry. They are calling for rain though, so I would like to beat that before I get to the car. There's 4 smells that I have like super tied to my memory. Sunscreen, campfires, the ocean, and Narcisco Rodriguez perfume. And I got to smell 3 of those in the last 24 hours. This was a really nice trip. One thing that I would do differently is get a decent pair of water shoes for the beach. Something where I can go in the water, rinse the sand off my feet, and then put the shoes on. Sneakers are good. I mean, I can dust my feet off. But the Keens that I usually wear, they're great for hiking, but they're kind of rubbish for most of what I do. So I'll have to look into that. I have the boat pretty well loaded up. I feel like a Winnebago of a kayak right now. My camera bag behind me and my day pack on the deck in front of me. Had I brought my bigger boat, it wouldn't have been an issue, but I just really like paddling this one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I realize that this is the second time here in a month, but I had fun. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.